Cindy Walcott. I'm the Deputy Commissioner for Family Services for Vermont's Department for Children and Families, and I have been a member of the NAPCWA Executive Committee for several years. And it was during the time that I've been on the Executive Committee that we have, NAPCWA has engaged on the positioning initiative. And certainly I felt as a member of the Executive Committee that this was a really important step for us to take as a field of public child welfare. Many others have spoken about the need for child welfare to be able to really articulate its core purposes and the kinds of systems and supports that we need in place to deliver the best services that we can. So the positioning initiative, I think, has been a very, very important step in that regard. I think that the members of the NAPCWA Executive Committee take their role very seriously in a lot of ways. We feel that we represent public child welfare in this nation. We are motivated to ensure that children and families all over this country get the absolute best service that they can. So as the subcommittees and working committees and the steering committee were working, we were certainly looking at drafts that were coming out of those processes. But in some ways, because we had not been as closely involved in the crafting of each individual word, sentence, paragraph, I think that we were able to play an important role because we could kind of step back and say, okay, does this really make sense? How does this fit together? Does it emphasize the right thing? So there were times when a draft would come to our attention and we would read it over and we'd say, absolutely, stamp of approval, here it is. But there were times when we were asking staff and others who had been involved to really step back and think about the way the information was presented, whether or not the right kinds of things were being emphasized, whether the guidance was as clearly articulated as it could be. Sometimes we send people, usually not back to the drawing board exactly, but to a place where we felt like a little bit of further work was done. So, you know, we have certainly felt like we were playing an important role and that we were increasing the overall quality of the product. So the Executive Committee is very excited to be waiting to approve the final chapter of the guidance, and we are very excited that we have several jurisdictions stepping up to really try on the guidance in their particular areas, and we look forward to working further to refine this, to improve it, and to really continue to work on the quality of public child welfare in this nation.